What does a good stainless steel refrigerator cost? 3, 4? Yeah, if you want to get the one with the TV on it, 5 or 6, right? Okay, but you know, the truth of the matter is, major appliances they're pricey, right? Especially stainless steel. And so Salad Master is like a major appliance, okay? But guess what? You buy it once, you have it forever. When we rebuilt our kitchen, they asked us, after we spent all the money on the cabinets, the tiles, and the appliances, they asked us when we bought the appliances, did you want the extended warranty? And we said yes, because they were very expensive, right? It's like $10,000, $12,000 for just a refrigerator. So it goes, what's the most warranty? It's like 7 years. So guess what happened on the 8th year? Condenser broke. We're like, man,
It always does.
man. Okay, so.
I got lucky and got my transmission replaced right when the warranty.
I'll tell you what some warranty stories. It never works for me except for Salad Master. Okay, so this one right here is a brand name. I won't mention the brand, but it's kind of an expensive brand name, okay? But you know, sometimes we buy these stainless steel pans like $1,000, $2,000 or more, okay? And you know what the metal is? The same as the one you buy in Costco for $300. 1810. What is 1810? It's chromium nickel blend, so it's a softer stainless steel. Most people say they like the looks of it, but they don't like cleaning it because 1810 is soft and the pores open up. Now, check this one out. Again, the same amount of water, same amount of baking soda, should taste the same unless the metal is not the same, right? Okay, and so this one might taste a little bit bitter, maybe a little bit metallic. So, please.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Paula.
You forget to smell it.
Paula thinks it's wine tasting. Okay, so is that a little bitter, a little metallic?
Well,
Yeah. So, okay, let me ask you a question. If you're cooking soup in there, we just,
warranty.
yeah,
Now I need wine to wash that down.
yeah, in a bit. We got 2 more. Okay, but, so different pans have different flavors. Isn't it true? You go to a friend's place, you go, hey, that was good. Let me try the recipe, put the same stuff in. It tastes different, right? Sometimes at home, what do? Put a little extra seasonings to cover up, and your husband does a good job at that one, right? But that,
He's a master.
okay. So what looks the same isn't necessarily the same, is it? Right? It's kind of like 10 karat gold versus 24. And I say 24 because this is the most corrosion resistant, hardest metal used in any cookware today. Okay? We're very proud of that. And that's what makes Salad Master the best. Not just because I'm repping the product, but because it's fact. Okay? Now, you have a choice. Now here's the beauty. Okay? We have a regular nonstick or we have a nano nonstick. Okay? Okay, you can choose. You can choose. Well, the nano one is more expensive, and if you bought it at Costco, you can take it back. Okay, so here's your rate. You don't have to try this, but you can try the nano. You want to try this or the nano?
I want to try that.
Okay.
It's like, give me.
It's musical pots here, all right?
I mean, I don't want to try it, but.
Stick your tongue.
Okay, just so you know, so your friends that are using the nano, right? This one is pretty much the same as the other one. And again, I'm not trying to knock, but this is a brand new pan that was traded in. A lady spent over $1,000 on this cookware. After this test, she's like, I can't believe it, right? Now, she bought it online. She didn't buy it at Costco. You bought it?
It's like a President's Day sale.
Oh, easy come, easy go. No problem. Yeah, okay. Right, but check this out, right? We had that glass, right? Okay. When we put, by the way, now before I do that one, if you want, do you want to do this one?
It's hot. It's hot. Here.
And that's another reason about cast iron. Cast iron is a good heat conductor, right?
Here.
And it's heavy and hot. Yeah.
Good muscles.
Does anyone want to fry an egg on the side of the handle? Okay, so you want to try this?
Yes.
Because this is kind of pricey. This is not cheap cookware, right? One of these pans can be $200 or $300.
Come on, Paula, let's do it. See? Me too. When I did not.
But you know the reason why they put the glass on there or the enamel coating on there is because you don't get all the black stuff coming out, right? But still, you've got that.
Still leaks through.
Yeah, and you know, actually in a restaurant industry, you can't be using any glass cookware. This is actually not NSF safe because if you bang it on the outside, glass can chip on the inside, right, from a safety standpoint. So, well, there you go. But let's just kind of wrap this thing up because, you know, I believe. Can I borrow your glass for a second? Is that possible? Can I borrow the glass? Yeah. Okay. You know, when we're amongst friends and we really have a breakthrough in information. You're still using that glass, or?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, don't want to mess with your glass. Okay. What I'd like to do is I'd like to do a toast. Okay. To your good health. And so, of course, we put the water in there, and as you can see, it's a nice vintage, isn't it? Okay. But when we pour it out of the pan, these are aluminum pots, by the way. All your nonstick cookware is aluminum cookware. Okay. Now this vintage, it's a little bit a little ripe, little. So I'd like to do a toast with one of you, please. Who would like to volunteer? Who would like to be a victim? I'm just kidding. Okay. But doesn't it make sense though? Like we eat every day, right? We cook at least one meal a day, right? And here's the way I justify this. Okay, we spend money on all sorts of stuff. On food right now, post-pandemic, the average household of 4 spends. What do you think on groceries?
Oh, I'm on a budget. We're $100 a week. We're not going past
We
that.
spend way too much. I have 3 teenagers, 2 of them being boys that are grown right now.
So probably $800 at least, right? More?
More. Yeah.
Okay. So think about say on a low end 800, probably 1,000, right?
I do. I keep track on my phone.
If we go $1,000 a month, that's $12,000 a year every single year. In 10 years, that's over $100,000 on food. Food's going to go more in price. Doesn't it make sense to have the right tools to save the money, right? And get that nutrition, right? If we had a choice of boiling, steaming, and microwaving half the nutrition out or getting 93%, kind of makes sense, right? You know. And the way I looked at Salad Master, the guy when he did the show, we were all youngins at the time. I think it was an unqualified show, right? But just fresh out of college, wasn't even working. Actually, I had a job, but I got laid off. And the guy said to me, I said, I don't think I can afford it. And he said, you can't afford not to have it. I said, what do you mean? Because I had what I thought was good stainless steel, really thick on the bottom, nice and heavy. And he said, well, your cookware, what'd you pay for it? And I said, $300. Now, that was like 30 years ago. So $300 30 years ago is probably like $800, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, that's a lot of money, right? And so he goes, well, you know, $300 starts down here. Every time you use it, you got to use more energy, right? A lot of times we don't think about the energy when we cook, but what we do know is that when we cook, a lot of times the house heats up and then we got to turn the AC on. And that's really where you're burning a lot of electricity. So that costs us money. The food shrinks. A lot of us don't think about shrinkage, but about 25 to 30% of your meat shrinks in the cooking process. And if you're, you know, buying beef, it's like $8-10 a pound. If you're buying salmon, you know, even more expensive. So we're thinking 20% of that. That's a lot, right? And so every time we cook, it's shrinking off. Oil doesn't cost you a lot, but heated oils cost the health, right? And so every time we're cooking, you know, it costs more money. And then in 5 years, we throw it away and buy a new one. Right? Or if it's nonstick, every year we're buying like 1 or 2 or something like that, right? So that keeps on costing money. And how he explained to me is, he said, Salad Master is an investment, okay? And we invest in a lot of things. Sometimes we invest in, you know, children's education. We invest in a house. We make an investment, right? And so investment, he goes, the money you pay up front, but every time you use it, it pays you back. And here's what I've found. If all you do is save about $1 a meal, right? A couple meals a day, it's only a matter of about a year or 2 years where this is costing money from the inefficiencies, this is saving money. It's kind of like solar panels. It's kind of like driving around in a hybrid, something like that, right? You know, it's efficiency, right? When hybrids first came out, our daughter bought a Prius. We go, why are you spending money? You're just fresh out of college. We had to pay for the college. She's spending all this money, right? He said, why do you have to do that? And she goes, well, you know, at the time, I think it was about $400 a month payment, but she was saving about $300 on gas. So that's how the justification was there. But, you know, the same thing applies. You save money, spends money, and on average, based on nutritional food science, is an average set of Salad Master pays for itself in about 3 to 5 years, depending on how much you cook, right, and how much you eat. If you eat raw food, it's not going to save you money. If you're cooking your food, it does, right? If you have 5 in your family, it'll save you a lot of money. If you're spending $1,000 on groceries, it'll save you a tremendous amount of money. So that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. So what do you think? It's time for cake?
Yes.
Okay. If you had a choice of cooking the old way or Salad Master, which way would you choose?
Salad.
Okay. All right. So